All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm with a legend here today. Goodness me, we've got Bill here from northern New South Wales. And thanks for coming on, taking the time today, mate. Achievements are longer than my arm. You're an amazing accountant in an accountant company, and another bookkeeping business, which I suppose that would have really aligned. Yeah, you're in the restaurant business. You're bringing everything. You're even selling businesses.
Yeah.
You're even going into markets and helping people with their businesses there. And then it makes complete sense that you would then go into business coaching. Mate, you are a businessman. You're a world changer.
Oh, that's good, mate. Glad to hear it.
That must have been a very rewarding career. And when I say a career, the best yet hasn't happened yet. Because I remember when we first spoke, mate, and you're in your 70s and you're like, mate, this retirement, there's more in me. I know there's more, which is good.
Yeah.
But, mate,
something like that. Yeah.
Mate, briefly, tell us, because the first time I met you, we had a call and then you jumped into our Become a Better Man 4-day challenge. What was the reason, I suppose, you jumped in?
What it was, mate, as you said, you mentioned retirement, and probably them areas where I was in business, that was over 12, 17 years, something like that. And I kind of lost touch with the people I knocked about with many years ago. And then I moved around a bit, and I moved up here to Tweed Heads, and I felt a bit lost. I didn't know too many people because I'm from Sydney.
Yep.
And when it was back to starting again a little bit, I didn't, and I was retired. So I was pretty fortunate. I could do what I wanted. I had a lot of time in my hands, and that probably made it difficult. So I started going to the gym, and then, but I said, what do you do now? What do you do now? Do you sit on a rocking chair, and what do you do now? And I felt then it hit me that maybe I need this purpose in life. I've read about it. And I used to teach people that in their businesses, how to be more authentic and more and get that drive going and enjoy their work rather than hate it. But I felt that was happening to me. And then I said, there must be a lot of people with the same story in different levels of life. I've read about people who are big corporate people, $1 million a year, whatever, retired, and they've become struck down. They've lost their way. And they're used to all these people over here and telling people what to do and the achievements and all that's going on. They get home and we did this today, then bang, that's gone. And what do you do?
And I suppose, Bill, because I remember when the first couple of times we spoke, because you've had an amazing career, a lot of impact, many people will say, wow, Bill, man, you don't need to do anything else. You've achieved so much.
That's right.
But
that's right.
But I suppose what is it? Because I think your story is a lot of men, a lot of people's stories. They have all this achievement and then retire, and then it's what? So, mate, can I ask, what was the main reason? What was the thing either you read from maybe my ebooks or videos on YouTube? What was the thing that got you said, I'm going to do this Become a Better Man challenge?
Yeah, it took a while. I noticed I think you released your book, or was the book, because I got the book. And then I just went on with life again. And I think might have been quite a few months later.
Yep.
And I seen your head around, and I think, listen, dear. And I was thinking, this guy kind of is hitting home. He's hitting home. I've got a lot of friends in the past, and I don't see anyone anymore. And my wife says, you got to get out and mix. That's why I had a battle with depression. So I had all that. And then I read your book, and Men Alive, and I still wasn't 100% sure what it was about, but I saw some of your videos of the people you've been successful with, and you had a challenge. There's this challenge you were doing. I think it was 3 days, and it wasn't all an hours. I forget how much, but it wasn't much money. And I thought, this is a good way of finding out. And I went to the challenge, and that was it for me. I like some of the people I've met, they're great people, and again, all walks of life. They're businesses, they're builders, or they're this and that. And all of a sudden I was having coffee with people, having a conversation. And it was an area where I could let go. I could let go, not worry about who's listening or whatever, and found that it was starting to help me. And then the challenge, the videos were very good, and you got that course going there, and it just started to bring me alive again.
And
It
and,
just
and Bill,
started.
particularly that first 4 day challenge that we did, where
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you remember
was
day
yes,
one where I talked about your enemy, the thing that's distracting you. Do you remember what you got out of that? Because we've done some great work since then. So I've bombarded you with lots of
you
challenges.
have, yeah,
But
you
do you
have.
remember that first challenge? You know, that day one, know your enemy, know your opponent.
Yes, yes, I do. It helped me zero in on where I need to focus
Yeah, good
and
man.
keep me focus going. Put that over there, put that
Yeah,
over there, put that over there,
yeah,
and just how to what can affect you
yeah,
and know your enemy, as you said.
yeah,
So it got me back to reading again too. I
yeah,
wasn't reading books; I was an avid reader. It's only mainly personal development. It was just that challenge opened my eyes, and I think I started to see how it could help me. I did. I saw how it could help me, and just the fact that we do live videos. I'm doing one now. I'm not used to it and that, but
yeah,
we're able to offload, mate. Able to offload and then watch other people just, there's not in that challenge, I was amazed how, people were blown away.
yeah,
They said they were so happy.
yeah,
They're so happy they hopped on board, mate.
yeah,
It just opened, they could see the light.
yeah.
There's hope out there. There's something
And
out
man,
there. And then there's the journey to go on. Yeah.
and I suppose I remember you particularly like just embracing, like you mentioned then, just other men stepping up, like looking for spots, well, finding spots they can level up in the either be their family or their business, or like you say, that faith. Mate, what was one of the areas that you felt you were able to step up in through those couple of days?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things that actually get me life a bit organised for a start.
Yeah,
And then trying to think, what's a good business? I'm looking for a business. I was looking for a business.
yeah,
And the thing that's been popping in my mind is about there's a lot of small business owners out there who can't afford business coaching that much, but they might just want some of the basics and
yeah,
maybe looking at something like that. The other thing was, and I wasn't sure what the thing at first was, you talked about faith
yeah,
and about we're not by ourselves here. We know that and
yeah,
what it is, and it got me thinking a lot. Up to then, I was meditating a lot, and I could feel if I bring my mind into one type of thing and just focus
yeah,
and meditate on one thing and cut the thoughts out, I felt I could touch a bit further into the universe. That's all I say.
yeah,
That whether it be God or,
yeah,
but that wasn't dug into me, or I wasn't pressurized with any of that. It
yeah,
was just seemed to be part of the flow. It just seemed to be part of the flow.
yeah.
So
And I remember there's a lot of other things we could discuss, but I remember towards the end, I remember because you were a 3 or 4 or 5 day period of the challenge, man, that you're doing it with everyone's kind of want something different out of it and get something different out of it. But I remember you really, what I said was you come alive, particularly in day 4, we talk about you either compete or you create. And you can see, like you say, you started like you become an avid reader again. You started opening other things up in that
yeah,
creative
yeah,
kind of zone. So what was that
yeah.
like for you? Because I know since the challenge,
Oh,
you've had all these ideas and it's really stimulated.
yeah. Well, that's what it does. So all of a sudden, something you get these what they call them a blinding flash for the obvious. But because when I think back when I was doing the other businesses and that, it was an exciting time.
Yeah,
I was reading a book a week and I was looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting out of bed and to be able to help a business owner and do something that took the weight off their shoulders. It felt fantastic.
yeah,
All that stuff had gone,
yeah,
all that stuff. So I think I started to think about what I'd stopped doing. And that kind of regurgitated for me on there, man alive. It's the energy flow, the whole thing. I started getting excited again. I
yeah,
started reading again. And that's when you start getting the ideas too. It's
yeah,
bang. When you're sitting around in a house, not doing much, it takes the energy out of you.
yeah,
All you want to do is sleep or something like that. That's why we need the purpose.
yeah.
That's where I think this gives me hope that I can do that.
And I think as well, mate, from what I've seen, observing you going through the challenge, just watching you, I suppose, interact with the other men, like
Yeah,
you see,
that's right.
you're a great contributor obviously to the group of the other men, but felt like you received it as well. Because how many
Yeah.
men, I'll say, how many men go into retirement and they said their circle gets smaller? But I
100%.
always say, men,
Yeah.
the wisest, most influential men are men, like you're saying, their 60s, their 70s, their 80s, but they're getting a small circle rather than a bigger circle. So that's what's inspired me about watching your journey, Bill, is really you're stepping up and really influencing others. Mate, how does that make you feel? Like
Great,
doing it
because
today?
fantastic. That's fantastic. Because basically, I am a quiet guy by nature,
Yeah.
and I tend to stand in the background sometimes. And I find that I become a lot more assertive and relaxing, being able to say what I want to say, but not being treading over people or anything like that.
No.
Just blending in. And yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Because men are going to be watching this and they're going to say, how I identify with Bill retired. And it's kind of like, oh, what else is there? Is there more in you? You can't just sit around and watch telly, go to the gym, but
Yeah.
what else is there? What would you
Yeah.
say to those guys, mate?
Yeah, what I'd say, look, just go for it, mate. Just do the challenge. If it's not for you, you're going to find that out. It's
Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah.
And I'd say, you think in this world, there's a lot thrown at you. What's fitting and what's not fitting. And I think, and this is what it does, it's not complicated. It's about bringing the best out in you, really.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. It's not heavy. It's not, you're not being hounded. It's just seems to work well. And everyone picks up on it. I love the enthusiasm in these new guys from the last challenge.
Yeah.
The last challenge. Yeah, they're great stock.
Yeah.
Great stock. I go, oh, yeah, so good
No,
stuff.
it's awesome. And I suppose to anyone who's watching and inspired by Bill stepping up, leave me a comment. It'd be great to hear what your takeaways were or any questions you've got for Bill or myself. But I suppose just briefly with this Become a Better Man challenge, this next one's 4 days. We're doing one every month or every other month. And it's about leveling up in your family, your business, and your faith, locating the things that are holding you back, really developing a group of almost like an inner circle to be able to support you, create a culture that you crave, and really step up about creating the next season of your life. So if that's of interest, I mean, Bill, I'm pretty sure you're going to do the next one again, mate.
Yeah, I'll be there, mate.
Come on, let's go. And that's what about
Sure.
because we've got men at all different stages of life. That's a healthy community. That's a healthy tribe of men. We all support and encourage each other. But mate, last words, mate. What would you like to say to everyone who's watching?
Yeah, look, I'm not one to, if I believe in something, I want other people to know about it, and I don't make things up. And this is for anyone, really. But it's not, I spoke about business coach, but it's not all about that either. It's life. It's just getting out there and looking after you and reaching your goals. And what do you want to do with your life? Just float around, or you want to have some direction? And it's just great value. And it's interesting. It must be great because it does attract great people.
Yeah.
From all walks of life. You might be having family problems, might be problems at home, all that. I've seen guys on there change. I've got to spend more time with my wife, or I've got to do this. I should be doing this, but I'm doing this over here. Some of them just let it go, whittle it all away and start again and become a better man.
Nah, it's awesome. Hey, mate, I want to say a massive thank you. You're an amazing fella. I always love listening to you, mate. You always contribute and look out for others. Thank you, mate. Over and out.